Hello, this is James Lewis, host of the Lance J Radio Show. If you like my show, which I'm sure you do, you're going to like One-on-One with MJ, starring my co-host, Michael Jones, even better. Debuting soon, One-on-One with MJ, only on Advent Sports Network. Radio Show, we have Jeremy Winston here, who is the director of the Central State Chorus, an HBCU in the Central Ohio area, talking about his experience and his matriculation. What was it like? And before I'll preface this, before I start, you and I both had a chance to sing for Newt Gingrich, I believe for, it was some event. My memory is failing me. I'm getting older. We sang at an event in the D.C. area. I remember Newt Gingrich being there. I remember Bill Clinton being there. I think it was.
Yeah. You let off with Newt Gingrich. I was about to say Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton is the lead. It's the lead off on.
In the wrong direction. Clearly,
right.
Anything that starts with Newt Gingrich is going downhill in a hurry.
Right. Or it's going uphill. You know. You start off with Newt.
I remember having a chance. It was the National Prayer Breakfast. We sang at the National Prayer Breakfast.
That's right.
I remember that day because I remember Mr. Mallory made me sing bass, and I'm not a bass, and he filled me up with zinc. He had me taking these zinc pills so I could hit lower notes for the National Prayer Breakfast. You had a chance to take your wife, placebo, that's funny. You had a chance to take your wife and your family as well as your group and go sing for the Obamas, go to the White House and sing for not only the President of the United States, but the first black president of the United States. What type of experience was that? That just seems like that has to be the pinnacle, the apex, the zenith. Tell our audience a little bit about that day.
Oh, wow. Well, this was obviously it's one of these days that you don't forget, and so when you have rainy days, you say, oh, I remember that. It's not so bad, But it was a great day. This was December, and the White House has these holiday parties, and they from time to time invite groups to perform and so forth. And on this particular one, the Jeremy Winston Chorale performed, and we had, I'll give you just a bit of a background. The World Choir Games is an international choir competition that came to Cincinnati, and I had to form a group, and the only group I had to come up with the name. The Jeremy, I think it's such a narcissistic name, but nevertheless, I literally was like I had to come up with something, so I picked that. Right. Anyway, fast forward, we won a gold medal. And I said, well, let's shoot. Let's see if we can, I'm going to send a note to the White House, see if they brought us. And it's, it's really a great experience. I mean, you realize two things. You realize, just the awesome opportunity and experience of this moment, but then you realize that these are, we tend to sometimes idolize or go to the other extreme. I don't know what the opposite of idolizing is, demonizing, I guess. People and they're people like we are, they make decisions. They have, they've got, I'm sure they have good days, they have bad days. They've got, they get sick, they get tired, they get all, and just being there is a both, it's a exciting moment because it is somewhat mystical. You're going to remember it. You're kind of on cloud nine, but then at the same time, it brings a very real perspective that the White House is made of bricks and I don't know, mortar, but I'm just going to use that term for the sake of discussion, just like everything else. And it makes you feel proud to be a part, to be a citizen of this country. You're proud to meet the president, the first lady, to be able to look them face to face. When we went, he had just won re-election. And so I congratulate him personally on winning re-election. I'm sure he will absolutely never remember that, but I will. These are those are the moments that you kind of take with you. And my mother went with me as well. She sang with the Jeremy Winston Chorale, and so to share that moment with my mother and with my wife and with all of my friends who are members of the Jeremy Winston Chorale is it's a special time that you just remember. Music that you do an awesome job directing. You're just
first class as far as the music industry. Now let's get to the real talk.
Where's the other shoe? Yeah, here's the other shoe.
Your sports takes on LeBron James and on Peyton Manning and just a myriad of topics. You are the original hateocracy. When I post something on Facebook or Twitter, I'm looking for Jeremy Winston. I'm looking for @JWinston or whatever, just metaphorically. I'm looking for @JWinston to troll pretty much everything that I say. Explain yourself and your ridiculous views on LeBron James and his prowess as an athlete and your hatred for the city of Cleveland, even though you are an Ohioan.
Listen, well, first,
don't give me this I'm from Philly stuff. All three of your kids were born in the great Buckeye state of Ohio. So I need you to explain yourself to my audience.
Listen, there's so much here, man. There's so much here. And first of all, let's just say this is all littered with emotion. The whole diatribe that you just went through is littered with emotion, and that is the largest part of my disdain is the emotion that fuels the debate. You know, when we take emotion out of things, and we can really be pragmatic. Now, I will say this. Yeah, all three of my daughters are born in Ohio. You kind of brought it home there. So, I mean, on some level, maybe I need to be a little more supportive of Ohio for that and only fact. But if you know anything about Philly fans, you know that, I mean, this is a city. This is a city. Well, I don't know about that.
Unhappy people.
Well, listen,
the Eagles suck. They've never
whatever.
won a
Okay.
The
Sixers
won one championship.
Pile it on. Let's go. What else?
Set the record
What else?
for the most losses in the history of Major League Baseball. You're a large market with 4 perennial losers. Losers.
Right. Okay. So are we done? Are we? Listen, it is clear I think Philly is light on championships, and, you know, that's something we obviously want to rectify, but that doesn't change the fact that, you know, my heart bleeds Sixers, my heart bleeds green for the Eagles, and, I mean, even though I'm not a huge baseball guy, if Phillies are in it, I'm there, same with the Flyers, whatever, I'm following them all the way, but here's the point, So we talked about LeBron. Let me just kind of shift a little bit with LeBron. If you know, I've been in Ohio for well over 11 years now. And when LeBron first came to Cleveland, I was indifferent. You know, I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, the majority of the players, you got a lot of potential superstars that you just don't have an opinion about. You know, I think of Kevin Garnett. I mean, just a lot of people that you just did not have an opinion about him. Until this decision where he did this cable station and a cable show where he talked about where he wanted to go, and then the amount of ire and hate and vitriol that this country, not only Ohio, but this country spewed at him for making a decision that was a smart business decision,
terrible decision.
No, whatever. Listen, let me finish. No.
Usurping Jordan is the best player ever.
Wait, no, please, come on. I mean, it was a smart business decision because, quite frankly, Cleveland needs to be happy that he took that step to graduate so he can come back and maybe help them get a championship, what it looks like they may get. But anyway, the fact of the matter is the nation consumed that television show in record numbers in the middle of June on a cable station, which never happens. Nobody consumes anything in record numbers in June, let alone on ESPN for that matter. They consumed the decision, and then they hate on him for making the decision, which everyone knew he was going to make. And so I have Facebook to back me up, where I said I'm going to do something that I should not have done. But I'm going to put down my fandom for the Sixers for a couple of years because I want to see LeBron rise above the hate that is being spewed at him. There's nobody next to Muhammad Ali that I can think of in the history of American sports that has commanded so much national hate than LeBron took for when he was in Miami. And so I wanted to see him win just for that purpose. Now, fast forward, and he won, but fast forward to 2014, where he comes back to Cleveland, and then all of a sudden, first of all, I just felt on some level, and I'll be honest, there is a level of irrationality that comes with my disappointment and frustration with LeBron, but
among other sports takes.
Whatever, no. But the reality is,
You can't be an Eagles fan and be rational, but we can.
Please, I could be Randall Cunningham, Fred Barnett. Come on, you can't tell me that during the '90s you were not pulling Randall Cunningham, Fred Barnett, Keith Byers, Clyde Simmons, Jerome Brown, Reggie White. This was Andre Waters.
Jerome Brown. No, still no.
Listen, okay, but still, you got to say that commanded your respect. Anyway, back to LeBron. So now he comes back, and they're trying to crown this as he's a knight in shining armor coming on a white horse to save poor old Ohio who has never seen a ring, and they're trying to appeal to this emotion that to me is a soap opera. I mean, and he literally had a Disney a special aimed at kids. Did you know that? Did you know that he had a Disney special when he came back to Cleveland? I mean, for real, did you know that? I don't know if you did, but this happened literally weeks after he declared to come back to Cleveland. So their whole goal was, we're going to turn this into a fairy tale. We're going to abandon really sports logic, and we're just going to make this into a big soap opera, General Hospital, or As the World Turns for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so yes, I said this is absurd. I don't want this in my sports. So I'm rooting against LeBron.
You are listening to the Lance J Radio Show on Advent Sports Network.